Hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a 41 degree Wednesday, the 27th of May. Good Lord, do you know it's less than a month before the longest day of the year? And everything's going to start going backwards again. What in the world? How in the world has this year just been flying by? You know, I was used to it being cold and rainy. Now it's like everything's in full bloom and we're getting close to wrapping it up. We got a long ways to go, but you know, when that time starts reversing, that drives me nuts. But it's 56 degrees now, and it's supposed to be 73. I think it's supposed to be 10 degrees warmer today than it was yesterday. I didn't look at Vancouver, what it's supposed to be, but it'll probably be warm. But we're gonna roll. Yo, come on along. 61 degrees. It's supposed to get to 76 here in Vancouver today. We're parking way over here. I think they want us more room for customers to park up there towards the front. Well, Mama,
it's a hub.
We made it to Hump Day.
We did.
How about that? That was fast. But anyway, let's roll on in there and get our day going.
Alrighty.
All right. Have yourself a wonderful day there, Mama.
You too, sweetheart.
All right. Love you. See you. Bye.
I love you.
Bye now.
Bye.
Okay, this is definitely an FLTRK, which is a Road Glide Limited. But that is not, that's a tour pack for it, but that's not the mount that comes with it. The stock mount is a great big one-piece affair like that, and has some like accent covers that go on it. So somebody switched this thing over so they could put different things on it. This is basically the accessory setup where you can have the separate backrest and all that stuff on it. This is the exact one. I mean, identical to this one. See how it bowed out like that? You know, I don't think this one is designed to handle that kind of weight. Because if you see the one that came with this bike, it's quite robust in one piece. It doesn't have the quick detach stuff on there. That thing can hold a lot of weight. This setup is not for that. And I think this one, because it's the same type of deal that was on that other one, you know, it's a great big huge place for, you know, if it's a large person sitting back there and you got that tour pack loaded, that's more than that thing can handle. I don't think it's meant for a massive tour pack like that. I mean, that thing is huge. A lot of room in that thing and a lot of support for someone to just lay back and cruise back there. You know, like if I was leaning on that thing, I wouldn't be happy with that. I tightened everything, but the bracket has the same fate as that one over there. It's just not quite as bad. So I don't know if I put the part number down for the one it's supposed to have on it, and I'll let them decide what they want to do up front. But everything's done except for I think they're gonna put tires on it. It definitely needs brake pads. But other than that, I'm done with it. I'm going from this to a Spyder. It's up to them to decide what they want to do. I make all the notes, and my name's on everything it needs, and it's beyond my control from here. All right. The right thing to do is to buy that correct bracket for that thing. That probably explains why that wiring is, well, it can't fit under the seat. I mean, that seat is just literally flat against it. And if you were trying to shove that wire in there, the odds of you causing some damage would probably be high. The stock seat has a little bit of a hollow spot, and there's room for that harness to be routed like it's supposed to. So I'll let them decide what they want to do. Somebody was, I mean, I can understand making it adjustable, but if you're going on a trip and you're using the tour pack, put the stock bracket back on there. But anyway, there she is. 21 Road Glide Limited. Man, there's a lot of models that year. Holy moly. That had to have been confusing back then. I was just looking, trying to find it in the parts listing there. There's a lot of Road Glides that year. And I'll let them decide what they want to do with those. That's quite the robust handguards on there. They'll probably just have me take them off, I would imagine. Jeez, that would survive a train wreck on there. But you can't go full lock steering without whacking the windshield. I think that's a Clockworks. Yeah. Probably with the stock shield it'd be okay, or you could roll the bars back. The thing just felt weird. I think it was just a weird arrangement. It just felt weird to me. And I'm just, I'm not a huge Road Glide fan. I'm definitely a Street Glide fan. I like the comfort. You hear people say it's not as good a wind protection. If you got it, it's better. The new ones, the new body style. I forget what the name. They went from Rushmore. I keep forgetting the name of that. They have a name for it. Man, the Street Glide is king there, hugely, especially if you have a passenger. Just listening to Kelly's mic, the wind it was picking up on the Road Glide versus the Street Glide, and she liked the Street Glide. She said it was smoother back there, and she didn't get buffeted. She just liked it a lot better, the Street Glide. That's 26 Street Glide Limited versus 26 Road Glide Limited. And I like the feeling of my hands being down in a more natural motorcycle position. And I didn't like the stock bars for me were too high, and this is even higher yet. And I just a Street Glide guy. Other people argue that it's different, but there's more people with the new body style. There's more people that agree the Street Glide is smoother than the Road Glide. Plus, I just like the visual. Not these, but the new ones. I like the way the new ones look from the outside, but riding it, I don't like it as much. I wouldn't kick one out of my garage by no means, but if I'm spending that much money, it would definitely be the Street Glide. But I gotta agree, the new Road Glide, she does look pretty bad. This style, I just wasn't. I never was a fan of it. And the previous ones, I just don't like them. And they just have a heavy feeling up front. Other people, it's actually kind of funny. A lot of people go, well, the Street Glide's light, or the Road Glide's lighter in the front because you don't have the fairing on there. Have you ever taken the fairing off of a Street Glide? They weigh literally nothing if you've taken the fairing off of a Road Glide. And if you look, I know back in the the early Milwaukee 8 days, the Road Glide actually weighed 3 pounds more, and the weight bias was on the front. So you can take that theory and throw it out the window. And I even have people going, oh, the Batwing fairing steers the front end in heavy winds. Again, just these crazy myths that people come up with. What's crazy is some of the people that ride Harleys come up with this, and I'm like, wow, do you have no sense of what's going on when you're riding those things? I think people just get something in their head, and they think something's a certain way, and it's really not. But boy, them new ones, they are something else. Even the Road Glide are just, 12 clicks ahead of these older ones. It's crazy. The suspension, the VVT motor, oh man, what a dream. And the fairing, I don't know what kind of crazy testing Harley did, but especially that Street Glide, man, was that one smooth. And all the different winds and different conditions we got in, the Street Glide was by far the nicer of the two. And passenger agreed 100%. And Kelly agrees also. She does like the look of the newer fairing on the road glides over the street glide, but ultimately it's you behind the handlebars riding down the road, and instantly when I get my hands down in a natural position, you're in better control of the bike, and it's better all overall. And the wind protection, because the wind, one, it's immediate because you're closer to the fairing and all your instrumentation is closer. It's just better overall. You got a distance with these big fairings by the time it gets to you, and that introduces the possibility of rolling wind. Granted, you could probably put a different windshield on the 26 and make it nicer, but I like that my hands being attached to what I'm riding down the road on, not dangling in the air. They call them monkey bars for a good reason. That's what you feel like you're about to do some, what do you call them, pull-ups or whatever. Anyway, different strokes for different folks. That's one thing about Harley. You'll always have people arguing different positions about things. But like I say, go with what you like and let her roll. Cool motorcycles though. But those 117 VVTs and that new fairing, whether it's road glide or street glide, it is just amazing going down the road. And how that skinny little seat is that comfortable. Everybody was scratching their head over that. Two things everybody said: the wind protection, definitely the motor, and suspension. It's like you're looking around, did they sneak some fancy, progressive monoshock thing underneath there? There's just no way them twin shocks are working that good. And the forks are vastly improved as well. So every time I touched the brakes on this thing yesterday, it's just boing, it's just nosediving it, and it's very pogo-y. Which in 21, this thing would have been a dream. But things keep changing. They keep improving. Boy, for 26, has Harley knocked it out of the park. They are not messing around. So I don't know if I discussed this on a vlog or not, but I've told a few customers that have been in here that I'm just reeling right now at the moment, because I've been sitting here waiting for a 754 megabyte. I thought it was gigabytes. I was thinking, man, I hope I got enough room. Why is that going so slow? Waiting for a file. I've told people that I've heard that BRP GO will they're talking about it coming back for Spyders, because Android Auto for power sports, whether it's boats, any power sport. For cars, you're fine. Power sports, you're out. There's no sign that it's ever coming back. Don't know why. It's a Google thing. And anyway, this new update for Buds 3, among other things, just weird stuff, but one of the things is it will activate Buds Go, so folks with Android phones, or if you're like this gentleman, you're probably using BRP GO, because that came out with these, and you want to use it's works for both Android and iOS or Apple phones. The cool thing about that is it will work on the new big displays. I'm gonna throw a little splash screen up here. Here it goes. That is what the default map in BRP GO looks like now. Dang, that thing looks nice. Very detailed. And all the associated apps that went with BRP GO, several apps. I forget what they were. I have to, pull Go up and look. But all the apps that you used before, if you were using these older LCD displays, will function. Even though when you look in your BRP GO app, if you go in the Knowledge Center, it tells you it will not work on the 12.25 inch TFT for the newer Spyders and snowmobiles and side-by-sides and everything else. That knowledge center in the app just hasn't been updated. I don't know if the 24 and newer units have to be flashed. I have no idea. Or does the app just take care of it? But if you have an Android phone and you're completely locked out of CarPlay, obviously, because Android doesn't work with CarPlay, which I think Apple should, for power sports and stuff, I'm sure they could port that thing over and make it work. It's not, magic, but they probably, I don't know. Anyway, you'll be able to use BRP GO in their default mapping software and any of the other ones that BRP GO supports. So that's good news. You're not locked out for navigation. And by the look of that map, that thing looked nothing like that before. It did improve, and by the time the newer Spyders, and I wasn't, taking Spyders home anymore, it got pretty good. I still used my phone because the screen was so small. Because you can see the outline of it. Can you? You can see the outline of it. It was just a small screen that was over here. I mean, it looked like an iPhone 4 or iPhone 5. It was really small. Well, you can tell that it's there. You can see the display. And they advertised it as the full size of the display when in fact it was just it's just two little screens. But it worked great, and at the time it was fantastic. Man, that thing was completely done. And I went up to tell there was an issue with buds. Nobody can run VIN inquiries. Well, or not buds, but BossWeb completely changed. Instead of knowledge center, it's now called the support center. And when you open it up, the very top thing on the screen is a place to put the VIN number. Because what's the very first thing you do is you put the VIN number for something. Because when you're doing the search, run the VIN inquiry, and then you can look at all documents related to it. It's just fantastic. It works really good. But now it's in Support Center. So this is, 2017 newer. You have to use Buds 3. Well, I go to open up Buds 3, and I got this nastygram saying, "Yo crap is out of date. Go to the Knowledge Center and update Buds." Well, I get to BossWeb. Where's the Knowledge Center? But there's a little red bar at the top. The little flashing bar that says, click here. There's an important notice. It says there that the Knowledge Center is now Support Center. And everything looks different. And it's like big black buttons. I don't know if I'm okay to show that or not. I mean, that's nothing, but the splash screen might get in trouble for that. So, but anyway, it's a bunch of black buttons, flat rate manuals, TSTs and recalls and whatever. And it has the thing for, running the VIN inquiry. Well, you'd think the big black button would be what you push to get going. But the little thing at the bottom that says learn more, click that, and whoop, takes you right to it. So that's really cool. And that's where, when you get into that, the support center, that's where it has the VIN number right at the top. Come on, baby. You're 283 of 754 megabytes. I could have swore that said gigabytes. I was wondering, how much memory did this old BMW computer have? Surely had multiple terabytes, one would think. But anyway, where I find an issue here, and I need to find out to test out the BRP GO, I just grab one of the Spyders here, but I have to register with my login. I have to register the VIN number for the bike. Well, before I do that, can I unregister? Because, what if I can unregister that and the new owner of whatever bike, 24 or newer I grabbed to try this with, and I can't get out of it? This could be a problem. So I can't test it at the moment, or I don't dare to test it at the moment. But I really want to see how that looks. I can't dig in the Knowledge Center for the app because the app hasn't updated to even say that I can use it on the 10.25 TFT display. Oh man, that thing's slow. Why is it so slow when you download and stuff? But anyway, I'll let you guys know how it all works out. Well, this angry looking Spyder, it's like one of the old fighter planes in World War II or something. But anyway, he's good to go. He had a mirror. It just had to be reset. It was out of its clip. Wanted to check the brakes. The brakes, pretty much all the pads are due. Not critical. I wouldn't attempt to go on any kind of trip or anything with it, which the gentleman may be wanting to do. His front tires are almost at the 50% mark, and you know, they tend to wear a little on the insides just because of the way they steer. His rear tires at 50%, brake fluids at 1%. Looks good, and it's only 1%. I wouldn't mess with that at all. So it must have been changed somewhat recently, because the level is correct, which is odd for the pads to be down to that point and the level be correct, because as the pads wear, of course, the level goes down. So he was complaining about a bumpy ride, and I've never seen one adjust itself, but it was adjusted like way too high. He said the ride was really bumpy, and I'm assuming, I was thinking the arm was disconnected. You know, it bumps and it goes all the way up, and now it thinks it's sitting super low, so the pump just keeps running, and it's really rough riding. But anyway, it was set at a high point, and yeah, it would make it bumpy. So finally got all the bud stuff done, sorted out, and actually the only difference I noticed is like super slow to connect to the vehicle. That could just be, you know, at the beginning. I hope that's not normal, because that's like crazy slow. But anyway, so the ACS got that sorted out, reset the ride height. Super easy to do with Buds 3. I guess it's pretty easy on the other one too, but yeah, all that worked out really well. So I'll leave some notes that he's close on tires, especially if he's going on a trip. The fronts would probably survive. Depending on how far he's going, the rear would survive. And remember, because you know, none of us knew that the 1330s was going to eat up the tires that were on the 990s so fast. Remember, Kel and I went to Durango, Colorado in 2014, and we were in Cortez, I think it was where we stayed. It's about, I don't know, 20 or 30 miles, maybe more, out of Durango. Durango was filled up. It was like BRP was doing like a Spider Fest kind of a thing, but it was a BRP show. And man, we were gentle going home, because I think it was almost at the, you know, at the wear bars. You do a couple little prayers and just don't do anything crazy. So anyway, I'll make my notes and get that. Always got a turn signal bulb the right hand side. That actually has a regular bulb inside there. And the rest of this, and these are like 7.5 volt LEDs, which caused a lot of conflict with putting accessory things on there, because the accessory had to be set up right, because they were CAN bus controlled. None of them anymore after 2019, which this is the last year of the standard model, and they're all normal, 5 volt, or maybe they're LEDs that run at 12 volts. I have no idea, but there's not an issue, putting accessories and stuff on them now. I made some changes, but it's towards the end of the day. Need to gather my stuff and make sure everything's cleaned up, locked up, and all that kind of good jazz. And it took me, I'm way behind on this thing, because man, doing that Buds 3 thing, first I had no idea what was going on, because it wouldn't connect, and then it says go to here to update it, and all that stuff was missing, and I didn't realize everything had drastically updated. But as far as Buds 3, you know, they said they were going to totally change it, or however they put it, they led me to believe it was going to just have a completely different interface. I'm sure in the background it's completely redone. And a cool thing, I need to see if I can, you know, with my login, register a VIN and unregister it later. Maybe I'll just send off a quick little, you know, inquiry case file to BRP and go, hey, I'd like to try this and show some people on my video. Can I unregister this thing if I do this? Surely you can. I would imagine. You know, it's like when you hook up the CarPlay, you're basically registering to that vehicle, and you can undo it. I just don't know if BRP GO. That's pretty cool. I can't believe how improved those maps are. So if nothing else, the map stuff is very useful. I have to look. There was a bunch of apps that was part of that. You could run phobos and all kinds of stuff through there. It was nice. And and then one of the nice things, if you don't want to use a Bluetooth headset, it's not mandatory with BRP GO on the 24 newer Spyders. You don't need to have a headset paired to it. So you just connect your phone just like the old original BRP GO. Now I'm assuming that the navigation comes through the speakers with that, like it did before. I don't know. I'll have to play with it. But anyway, I'm gonna roll out. We'll see y'all at the house. Well, hello there, YouTube. It's a nice, sunny, warm ride home. It was mid to upper 70s when we left. It's like 70 here, maybe less. Man, it just gets cooler and cooler as you just head away from the freeway and come up in the hills.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. Nice, just a calm breeze, although it was mostly a headwind coming home.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, jeez, made us burn more gas.
Yeah.
But on that, we're gonna bounce.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give your thumbs up. You guys have a wonderful Thursday or Friday.
Heck yeah. All right.
Am I see you in the morning?
We'll see you then. Appreciate you watching now.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.